O'Reilly colt Sham Express fulfilled a dream of his mid-Canterbury breeder when he stepped out at Royal Ascot earlier this year. We caught up with Richard Rutherford at his breeding operation, Belana Stud.
The Rutherford family have been involved in horse breeding for over 4 generations. Belana was established in the 1950s, and the 5,000-acre beef and sheep farm is also home to a small but select broodmare band. Richard, a farmer first and foremost, has spent many years developing his Parnassus property.
I've spent a long, 40-odd years developing the farm, and it's been a work in progress, really. These properties are never sort of a bottomless pit as far as getting them right, because it was really developed from a completely undeveloped property. And the horses, well, I've always aimed high and been optimistic, and I've been extremely determined to get as far up as I possibly can with success with racehorses. I started breeding when I first left school with my mother, and we've always had 3 or 4 mares and tried to send them to the better stallions, and it's evolved from that, really.
Breeding from only a few broodmares each year, Richard has been selective when purchasing his bloodstock.
Well, I've always been interested in the black type, which black type's the performance basically, and in the last few years, and even when I first bought Geraniums Red, it was good European form, and it's been around for a long time. I like those English Irish horses, they're good sorts. The mares they're easy to deal with, they're nice, on the whole. So, and also using the best stallions I can possibly afford.
Richard's choice of broodmare has been the catalyst for his recent success. Caulfield Cup winner Affinity and Newmarket Handicap winner Sham Express were both bred by Rutherford out of his foundation mare Geraniums Red, and European imports Kikera and Chimera have produced some outstanding results at the Kanaka yearling sales. Over the last few years, Belana Stud has sold at least one 6-figure yearling in their premier draft.
In the last 4 or 5 years, I've had some great sales at the Karaka yearling sales. Had some nice horses there, and a lot of them have performed, and when they leave here it's out of your hands, and 1 or 2 horses, they've had a huge amount of ability and they've just met with misfortune, which has been unfortunate really, but we're lucky we've got the Sham Express, and if he carries on like he has been, it'll be a great reward.
Here's Sham Express from the back and Aeronautical on the far side. Moment of change, the leader from Aeronautical. Sham Express starting to flash home on the outside. Moment of change, Aeronautical. Sham Express, the 3-year-old, mows them down. Last stride, he's got there.
Sham Express, an O'Reilly colt out of Volcroze, has given Richard his most recent success. But asked who has given him the most thrill as a breeder, it would be half-sister to the dam of Sham Express, the Group 1 placed O'Reilly Rose.
O'Reilly Rose was good to me. We went from one end of the country to the other. We went from Gore to Auckland, and she raced competitively against the best, whether it be hard and fast or in the wet. She won in 15 lengths at Matamata one day in the bog. I think they went 132 for a mile at Otaki, and she was only a length behind Alamos, who's turning into a pretty good sire. So, she could race on all things, but she was a filly that either won or was last, because there was always something, when she didn't go any good, that something went really wrong. But she was a character.
But O'Reilly Rose is dead set, run them into the ground. Have a look at this for a win. O'Reilly Rose on her way to the Stella Artois Auckland Cup, and she has dead set given them a spanking here. O'Reilly Rose bolted in by probably 10 lengths at the line.
With his breeding operation in full swing, Richard has learned most facets of the industry and is very hands-on with all his stock.
Not only the farm manager, the owner, the payroll clerk, the blacksmith and everything, and it does take a lot of time and puts a bit of stress on you. I mainly do the horses when I've finished the other things, and I've got them, I try and have them amenable so I can deal with them quickly and easily. I see the horses, twice a day, morning and night, so I'm aware of anything wrong with them, and I know exactly what they're eating to the last tablespoon really. I know if anything's leaving anything behind, and I'm seeing the mares when they're on the property every day, and you see their legs and everything. So I think it's important. I don't know if you could do it with any more than 5 or 6 mares, and with the other things that I'm doing.
Richard remains very humble about the success he has had, both in the sale ring and on the racetrack.
Revolves around a lot of luck, I